And so off the tip, it's the Trailblazers. So here's Portland's starting group. We've got Matisse Thybulle, Denny Avdia out there with Klingon. Then there's Anthony Simons, and it's Kamare in at the 3. Well, Stanley was a 5-time All-Star. Chauncey Billups, just 1 year as an assistant before becoming a head coach.
Yeah, but Brian, Chauncey Billups was a guy that even when he was a player and then as a broadcaster, always fought like a head coach.
And it's Green missing.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Knocks it down from distance.
The first good move in a long chess match between these coaching staffs.
Yeah, and now we get to see the counterplay. How you respond is half the battle out there.
And that one's good. Green.
This is where Green is most effective. He's got a great feel for scoring inside.
For 3, Klingon. Another 3 for Portland.
Hey, when he's hitting that shot, it really helps the spacing for this team.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
Now here's Eason. Avdia pulls it in. We played just over a minute here in the first. It's Avdia on the wing. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Yeah, just a great find by Klingon. As he plays more and more, the game will slow down for him.
Right side, Eason. There's the triple. Portland grabs the miss.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
For Houston, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Here's Green, out of bounds. It'll be Portland's ball. And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Simons outside. Fires the 3. Brooks with the rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots. Woo-hoo, just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Here's Klingon. Fades away. Portland again missing. The Rockets have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Here's Green. And he can't jam it through.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
Avdia from outside fires in the triple. Avdia's got 6 points.
Yeah, Klingon is a smart player with underrated passing skills, not just a big body out there.
That's good by Thompson.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Shot on the wing. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And there's 1:45 left in the first. Thompson, a screen on Simons. And here's Green from the arc. Sends it home from three-point land. He's got 7.
Yeah, and Green has tons of confidence in his three-point shot, and it was on display right there as he knocked it down.
The drive by Simons.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Brooks, the pass to Thompson. From outside the arc. And Klingon pulls it down. Portland leading by 7. Avdia with it. Green picks him up. Pass to Simons. Out of bounds. It'll be Rockets ball. Here's Thompson. Here's Green. The ball's knocked loose. Here's Simons. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Here's Eason. It's Eason with the jam.
And this is something Brooks must continue focusing on. When he sets up guys, team chemistry improves.
Foul beyond the arc, and he almost hit the shot. He'll go to the line for 3. Portland shooting their first free throws of this game. Free throw good, Avdia.
For the Trailblazers, Timmy Avdia.
And both free throws good for Avdia. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Green from the arc, and he gets it to go. 4 for 6 so far. Trailblazers lead by 4. It's Avdia on the wing, defended by Thompson. Simons against Green. Simons outside. Launches it. No good on the buzzer beater. Denny Avdia making it happen for the Trailblazers. He put together 10 points. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Trailblazers.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
Tate and Smith at the forward spots. Whitmore is out there with Shepard, and it's Adams in at the center position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Grant against Adams. Just 5 on the clock. The 3 is up. Nope, another miss. 0 for 2 to start the game. The Rockets trail. Lots of Grants in the NBA over the years. Jeremy Grant acts like a guy who grew up around the league. You can really see it, Coach.
Well, Brian, he really did grow up around the league and really just a high IQ player, great in the locker room, gives you great energy and effort every night.
Here's Whitmore. Tries again, and the layup is up and in. And that ties it up.
Athleticism showing through from Whitmore. He doesn't need much room at all to operate in close.
Here's Benton, and the three-pointer goes. Benton's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Into the lane. The 3, Smith. It's rebounded by Grant. Portland leading by 3. Pass to Benton. 4-3. Adams grabs the miss. Houston has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. To the inside. And here's Tate outside. Drains the triple.
And you can see Smith has the vision. Now, it'll be interesting to watch that part of his game continue to develop.
Grant outside. Let's go with a 3. Can't get it. 0 for 3 in this one. The Rockets have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Ooh, poked away. Ayton against Adams. Here's Benton. From outside, off the mark. Houston has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Offensive board. Smith laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And the Rockets lead by 2.
I mean, the motor this kid has is unmatched. Smith goes up with a purpose.
Here's Henderson with the drive. Jams it in off the great move.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Smith against Grant. Just 4 to shoot. Smith passes to Tatum. Here's Whitmore. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. Stand back in your early coaching days. What was the dynamic working with the front office?
Well, I was in good situations. And so you need the coach and the front office in sync where you're all working toward the same goals and you understand what the process is going to look like.
And how in sync were you when Stan was the coach and Stan was the front office?
We had problems then because the coach didn't like the front office very often, and the front office was always unhappy with the coach.
Nice. And here's Grant from the arc. Smith with the rebound. Rockets trail by 3. .114 left in the first half of basketball. And here's Shepard for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Shepard is good at measuring the defense. He knows his passes are coming his way if he has space to shoot.
They set the pick. Pass to Grant. Back to Sharp. Launches a 3. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
And it's Jeremy Grant with a foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Back to Whitmore. Pass to Smith for 3. Another 3 from Houston.
And he likes to be the answer guy. Smith with a huge response 3.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Sharp. And the foul on Cam Whitmore. That's his first foul.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
20 seconds left in the first half. There's the 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Here's Shepard. Back to Smith. To the middle. What if it goes? Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. It's a tie game here in Houston. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Nice game. Great performance by Jalen Green.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Checking out the group for Chauncey Billups to start the second half. Matisse Thybulle out there with Anthony Simons. Then there's Avdia. Then there's Klingon. And it's Kamare in at the small forward. Outside Thybulle. Takes a 3. Knocks down the triple. Thybulle's got 6 points.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Out to Thompson. Jacks up a 3. And there's the call on Jalen Green. That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
Portland leading. And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
And it's Green with the ball for the Rockets. Knocked loose. Thybulle against Thompson. Inside. And he lays it up and in. Thompson's got his second basket.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized. But with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players. And he's become a ferocious scorer.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Here's Kamare, defended by Eason. Oh, Brooks with the steal. Here's Thompson, and the slam dunk by Thompson.
And man, does Thompson glide down the court with ease. Outstanding at finishing in transition.
Pass to Avdia. Three-pointer. Brooks with the rebound.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Thompson outside. Brooks, the pass to Thompson. Simons with it. Now Thompson defending. Fast break. Here we go. And here's Thibault. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. Avdia, good.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Rockets trail by 3. Pass to Eason. Now here's Green. Late clock. Houston's got to hurry. Pulls up on the wing. Brooks outside. Here's Eason. Outside for Brooks. No good that time. Good work defensively by Thibault. And he lobs it up to the rim. Here we go. Here's Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, he is a creative, explosive finisher at the rim. Green loves putting on a show.
Simons outside. Avdia against Thompson. Fade away. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they wanted to take.
They grab their own miss. Here's Eason. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Kamari, that's good.
What was the defense thinking? I mean, that's the wrong guy to leave open.
Rockets trail by 4. Outside for Brooks. Thompson, a screen on Simons. Outside, Green. Back to Brooks. Fires from deep. Tipped. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. And the Rockets going with a whole new group out there. Portland leading by 4. Puts it up off the inbound. Pass to Ayton. And here's Grant. Ayton, the screen on Smith. And he lobs it up top. Back comes Houston in transition. And here's Shepherd for 3. And it's Portland with a rebound. Outside Sharp. And there's the drive.
Shepherd. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Smith against Grant. Outside Sharp. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And that'll do it for the third quarter. It's the And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Tate and Smith at the forward spots. Shepherd is out there with Whitmore. And it's Adams in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
This is when you know Henderson is feeling it. And it's why his guys always encourage him to fire away.
Tate against Sharp. Outside Tate. Just 5 to shoot. For 3, Smith hits a three-pointer.
This is Smith's game. Set him up and he'll knock him down.
And it's Henderson with the ball for Portland. 3-point lead. Here's Benton. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Back to Smith. The 3-ball. And Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got his 4th rebound in this one. And here's Grant from the arc. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. And now it's a 9-point Portland lead.
Reflexive shot there by Grant. I mean, he just finds his spot and goes straight up.
Here's Smith. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Well, the truth is, Stan, you lose a franchise legend like Damian Lillard, it really changes your identity.
Oh, it does, Brian. Their offense ran through Lillard for over a decade. Last year was almost a total reset. Now someone has to step up and be that guy.
Now here's Henderson. Tight defense on him. And the shot goes in. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
An athleticism on display there by Henderson. Just an acrobatic move to finish the play.
On target from range.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Here's Grant. And it's Whitmore with the rebound.
When the defense is playing awfully like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time he just couldn't get it done.
Here's Benton. From deep. And it's Grant with a 3. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And they've also been so active defensively, getting deflections, forcing turnovers, and scoring off of them.
Pass to Whitmore. Tipped away. All by himself. It's deflected.
And putting his length to good work. Smith gets aggressive and finds the block.
Now Tate from the arc. Hits the trifecta. Grant outside. Ayton with it. Three on 3. Tate with it. Now Sharp defending. Pass to Shepard. Oh, he goes up high for the 2-handed slam.
He was no stranger to big buckets in college. And Shepard letting it fly there in a big spot.
Outside Sharp. Spins. Here he goes. And he jams it home with authority.
He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now. And it's Whitmore missing.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Every moment counts here. They have got to get moving.
And they have to play fast, but also smart. Every possession counts right now.
Houston with another miss.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
And there's the whistle. And I think that was a clear path foul there. Yep, the offense will get one shot at the line and retain possession. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws good, and it's an 8-point ball game. A big group substitution here for Portland. Avdia's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Kamara comes in for Sharp. Thibault, he's checked in for Banton. And Simon has subbed in for Henderson. Avdia against Şengün. Avdia can't get it to go. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Tough to slow Thompson down when he's got a lane to the rim like that.
Avdia from outside. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
First clean look they have. I mean, they've got to take it.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
Brooks, the pass to Thompson. Now Green. Shot clock at 5. And it's in. And now they trail by just 4.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5.
For the Trailblazers,
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Three-pointer, Brooks. Offensive rebound, Thompson. No good. And so Portland takes the win. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yeah.
will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Up front, it's Green at the 4 with Jackson Davis at the 5. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski, and it's Butler in at the 3 spot.
Man, look out when Jimmy Butler feels confident and comfortable from deep.
Outside, Green for 3. Drains the three-pointer.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Outside, Curry. Puts up a 3. Green with the rebound. And so Green will bring it up for the Rockets. With so many years in the NBA, you would think Curry would slow down, wouldn't you, Brent? But he remains at the very top of his game.
I think the best part about what we're seeing with Steph right now, Kevin, is his competitive will. You get to this age and you get to this stage after accomplishing all the things that Steph has done, and it's still not enough. So let's keep enjoying him while we can.
Here's Green after the Warriors pick up 3. Şengün with the bucket.
The whole selfless play right there from Green. He's all about getting it to the open man.
Curry against Brooks. Green with a screen for Curry. Five to shoot. Three-pointer. Here's Jackson Davis. Pass to Podziemski. Curry a screen on Thompson. Outside for Curry. Over Brooks. Curry's shot is off. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Eason. An easy 2 points on the layup.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Outside, Green. Pass to Curry. Butler sets a screen for Curry. Lets it go with the 3. It's rebounded by Şengün.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying a team offensively. He said, "It feels good knowing that my teammates believe in me to do that. I've had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time." Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
David, you are an unselfish playmaker. I appreciate that. By the way, Green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, D.A., thanks. Now, Green, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
To end the cold streak, knocks down the 3 ball.
Curry doing it again, one of the quickest releases we've ever seen.
And Thompson kicks to Green. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Green's got 5 points so far.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Now here's Curry. Launches it. The shot, no good. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Brooks misses. It's Curry outside. Curry with another miss.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to 3-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Spins. Fires from deep. He can't get it to go. Brooks with no one around. It's a tie game here in Houston. And we've got more action coming your way after this. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. The guys of the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
The defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Moses Moody. He's out there with Hield, and it's Santos in at the 3. Smith against Kuminga. On the left block. Smith, no good.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
All right, Brent, quickly. First thing that comes to your mind when you think of Jonathan Kuminga.
Physicality, Kevin. I mean, this guy is so dominant athletically that Jonathan Kuminga is a presence out on the floor. If he continues to put himself in the situations where he can put his body on guys and play fearlessly, his game is going to continue to grow.
Oh, man, when Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Up top, Tate. Scoreless thus far. And it's Houston with another.
Smith with the size and lift to elevate above the crowd and knock down jumpers when he gets to his spot.
Moody the pass to Hield. Kuminga sets a screen for Hield. Pass to Kuminga. They kick out to Hield. Shot clock at 6. Kuminga sets a screen for Hield. And stolen by Whitmore. Here's the break. And Smith punches it from deep. To the right side. Up top, Tate. From downtown. That one's in, his first shot this game.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Moody's shot is off. Houston leading by 7. No one near Shepard as he lets it go. Pass to Whitmore. Smith for 3. A shot missing. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Santos, no good. Houston's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Down low, Golden State moving it around. Hits it from three-point range. Moody's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, Hield right there on the yield, waiting for someone to get open.
Out to the right wing. And there's the foul. It'll go on Moses Moody. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
1:57 left here in the second. Smith missing again. Warriors trail by 4. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. A shot by Tate with no one around. Sinks the triple. Tate's only got 6 here in this quarter.
And such great feel for the game. Whitmore knowing where his teammates are at all times.
Pass to post. Fires the 3. And there's the bucket from Kuminga. Kuminga's got his first 3 points of the game.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Tate finds Whitmore. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Warriors trail by 4. Santos, the pass to Hield. This one for 3. The Rockets pull it in. And it's the Rockets on the break. Pass to Tate for the three. They grab their own miss. Now Shepard. Now here's Adams. Clock at 4. Here's Whitmore. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Most has got 4 rebounds now tonight. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Santos. They kick out to Heel. They set the pick. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Reed Shepard. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
That's a 2 from Heel. And again, no good by Golden State.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Rockets lead by 4. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. 4-point game. Greg, since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals, the Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Thompson is out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Dylan Brooks. Then there's Jalen Green. And it's Şengün in at the 5. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Eason's shot is good.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Thompson against Green. Outside Curry. And stolen by Thompson. A finish. And Thompson throws it down.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Warriors have found something with Draymond Green and Trace Jackson Davis inside. Green says, with the rim protected by Trace, I can just play off instinct and read the game. Jackson Davis says, being able to interchange with him is great. The things he teaches me has helped my game a lot. Kevin?
I'd love to hear those stories. Thanks, David.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
They kick it out to Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, he doesn't shoot it all that well, but when he does knock it down, it's demoralizing for a defense.
And that one's good. Brooks.
And you gotta love the big ball get in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Pass to Curry. Here's the 3. Thompson with the rebound. Rockets leading by 6. Here's Eason. Guarded by Green. Back to Thompson. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Butler. Stolen by Thompson. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
The Rockets have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Warriors trail by 7. And Curry has it in the corner. Curry buries the 3-shot.
And that is automatic from Curry. He doesn't think twice about launching from there.
Brent, Draymond Green's resume speaks for itself. What's he do, though, that we may not see or appreciate?
Well, Kevin, Draymond Green does such a great job of being a connector and communicator defensively. It is remarkable the way that he can impact every position on the floor by the way he uses both his position and his voice. Forget about the offense. Draymond takes on the challenge every night defensively, and that makes him elite.
And Post gets it to go.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point.
And he makes the first.
And once the G League took it to another level, Green skipped college, became the #2 overall pick in the draft, and that's really changed the landscape.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Jabari Smith comes in for Thompson. Tate, he's checked in for Tari Eason. And it's Whitmore in for Dylan Brooks. Shepard's checked in for Green. Pass to Tate. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Tate's only got 9 points.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Healed the pass to Moody. 1:11 left in the third. From outside, off the mark. Houston leading by 3. Smith with it. Kuminga picks him up. And some nice passing there by Houston. Now Shepard picked off in midair. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Santos, the pass to Moody. Launches a 3. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Moving it up. The open shot, Shepard, and it's Houston with another.
Strong mechanics and a high release. Shepard just needs to catch it when he's on.
Here's Moody. He's got 6. Over to the wing. 17 seconds left to play in the third. And the Warriors miss again. To the paint. In the corner, it's Whitmore. And here is Tate. No good on the last second attempt there. And we've reached the end of the third. The Rockets on top. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Up front, it's Green at the 4 with Jackson Davis at the 5. And it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. Rockets leading by 5. Green in the post. Curry meets him. Brooks dishes to Green. Clock at 6. There's the 3. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. The Warriors shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Curry can't get it to go. Rockets on offense. On the wing, Thompson. Jackson Davis defending. Here's Green going inside. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 4 assists in the game. Here's Brooks. Green deciding where to go with it. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Rockets lead by 4.
And how about the persistence from Green, refusing to let the defense bully him on that drive.
Green with a screen on Brooks. Pass to Green. He takes it in. Outside for Curry. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. Thompson with the rebound. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Brooks setting the pick for Thompson. Back to Brooks. The 3. The Warriors pull it in. Bajemski with it, and the layup's good off the glass.
And it feels like Steph doesn't even have to look. He just knows where his teammates are.
Green against Curry. Screen by Şengün. The tray buries it from three-point range.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
They've shown no let-up. Penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
We also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace, and that's produced some easy scores.
Eason against Butler from past the arc, and again it's the Rockets from deep.
0 defense. You can't let a good shooter have the wide open 3.
Here's Curry. There's the drive. The kick outside to Butler.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Butler hammering it home.
Man, no question. Jimmy Butler all the way.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Yeah, unfortunately, just poor execution there. You cannot give the ball away at this point in the game.
1:52 left here in the fourth quarter. Looking to get it going. Jackson Davis in the corner. Outside for Curry. Sweet move. 6 on the shot clock. Yep, it counts. And now just a 2-point Rocket lead.
What work from Steph Curry gets open and makes it look easy. Wow.
Count that one.
No fear in the eyes of Green. Willing and ready to take the big shot for his team.
And Green gets it to go.
Well, Draymond Green's not going to get a ton of those, but trust me, he's loving every minute of it.
Green drives in, and it's Green with the jam.
And with the game tight, Green gets even more in that zone and ensures he's delivering what his team needs.
That's good from Green.
And that tacks another big point onto the lead. Great N1 play showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
Curry, the kick outside to Butler. From deep, Jimmy Butler!
And when things are tight, Butler just seems to step his game up. Tremendous score here in the clutch.
Şengün with a screen on Curry. It's stolen. And they're running. Butler from outside. Thompson with the rebound. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. The lead is 2. Now here's Curry. Money! A huge shot to tie it up.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Pass to Jackson Davis. Green against Curry. 6 to shoot. Outside, Green to take the lead. Driving inside. It falls!
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. Can't sink it, and that was an important free throw. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And they go to the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
And with under 2 seconds remaining, they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass here.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Brent.
Well, BA, it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. Inside, it's Green next to Jackson Davis. Stephen Curry is out there with Moses Moody. And it's Butler in at the 3 spot. And it's Green missing.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Avdia finds Simons. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Pass to Klingon. Fades and shoots. Hauled in by Curry.
When it goes in, it looks pretty. When it doesn't, you question the shot difficulty.
The offensive rebound.
Portland foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
This one for 3. He buries it from 3.
Even a half-court shot is a good shot for Curry. That's how good of a shooter he is.
Richard, it comes as no surprise that Golden State is routinely at the top of the league for made threes.
That's how this team has been constructed. They are custom built to rain threes on you, and we've seen it be very, very effective.
Puts up a deep 3. Rebounded by Kamari. Down low. Here's Simons. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Yeah, just a great find by Klingon. As he plays more and more, the game will slow down for him.
Green with a screen on Thibault. Moody, good.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Chauncey Billups. I asked him about Jimmy Butler and what his defensive scheme is for him, and Coach said to not let him bully us from the interior and mid-range. We want to push him as far out as possible. We have to play tough. Let's see if they're able to accomplish this, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Portland has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Lets it go from deep. Pass to Klingon, to the wing on the left. Here's Kamari. Off target from outside. The Warriors have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. The 3 from Curry. Buries it from 3. Curry's got 6 points.
Yeah, most of the time you assume Curry's 3 ball is falling. That's how good he is.
Let's just say that was an ill-advised pass there. Very close to a turnover.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Green.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Now here's Simons. Portland again missing. Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
Trailblazers foul. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Pass to Green. And that'll be Golden State's ball as it goes out of bounds. Warriors able to keep possession.
Warriors ball.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And here's Jackson Davis. And here's Butler outside. Rebounded by Kamari. Here's Klingon. Will it go? And it's Simons missing. The Warriors lead by 7. Green, the pass to Curry. Here's the 3. Thibault with the board. The Trailblazers shooting just 25% from the field in the first quarter. Pass to Klingon. Back to Avdia. Five to shoot. Simons outside. Over Moody. Simons' shot is good.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Connects from downtown.
On a night like tonight, Steph Curry is must-watch basketball. He can score from anywhere.
Poke loose and stolen by Green. Pass to Curry. Fires the 3. And it's Portland with a rebound. Here's Kamari. Moody with it. Thibault picks him up. On the wing, Curry. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Knocks down the long J. Curry's got 15.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Butler on the wing. Curry against Thibault. The 3 is up. Curry, no good. And he's going for the lob.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping. Unable to get that one. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Warriors ahead, leading. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a quick gander here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
Something else that stands out is how they've gotten out in transition. Their speed has kept the defense on their heels.
On the floor for the Warriors. Moses Moody out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then it's Buddy Hield. Then there's Brandon Podziemski. And it's Post in at the center position. Grant, there have been so many great players that have gone through Portland over the years.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's almost 50 years since their last title. It's a great city with a great fan base. And for their sake, I hope their second title comes soon. And just slippery with the ball in his hands, Henderson will dissect you off the dribble.
Here's Podziemski. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
Over to the wing, and here's Kuminga for 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
That's tipped. Hield from outside. Banton pulls it in. Blazers trail by 9. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, Coach Steve Kerr said of Jonathan Kuminga, we were trying really for a long time to get him to attack, get the ball in the paint and dunk it because he's unstoppable there. You just don't know when something's going to click, but it has clicked, and it's beautiful to see.
He has certainly found his lane, Allie. Thank you.
Oh, an athletic alley-oop play by Grant, lifting off to snatch the pass out of the air and dunk it home.
Outside Moody, pass to Hield. Kuminga with a screen on Sharp. Healed for three. And it's Portland with a rebound.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
It's Sharp with the drive. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
The burst. Man, Sharp can go from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye.
Pajemski, outside heel. From behind the arc. Sinks it from distance. And the Warriors lead by 6. Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit. You know, depending on where Jeremy Grant's been, he's filled a lot of different roles. He's been asked to be the alpha or the second option or even a role player. But whatever it is, he's always willing to do whatever it takes to help the team.
Knox, he's checked in for Moody. Now here's Grant. Pass to Benton. Puts up a three. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
When Jeremy Grant is dishing out an assist, that is a great sign for this team.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's Knox. There's a screen by Kuminga. Knox, the pass to Kuminga. Three-pointer. Oh, he missed it. Making him 1 for 2 now. And so Grant will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They trail by 1. Here's Ayton. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Golden State has gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. And it's Knox missing.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Oh, Grant throws it down.
Growing his passing game. Sharp knows being able to reliably create for others will really round out his skill set.
From downtown, and it's Healed, missing. For Portland, they've gotten 7 of their first 9 shots to drop during the second. Grant, the pass to Benton. Shot clock at 6. Here's the lob. It's tipped. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. And here are the Warriors now. Pass to Knox. There's 37 seconds left to play in the second quarter. And here's Pajemski. 5 on the clock. No good again that time. Portland leading. Three-pointer Sharp. The Warriors pull it in. It's Pajemski on the wing. Pass to post. Here's Knox. And that's not going to go. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Portland ahead. They lead by 1. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
We've got Anthony Simons, Denny Avdia out there with Klingon. Then it's Matisse Thybulle, and it's Kamare in at the 3. That's the group starting the second half for Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, the sweet-looking jumper of Steph. It just looks so pure coming out of his hands.
There's Simons with a 3. He drops it from range. Simons has got 9.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's Klingon. Out to Simons. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. Outside Curry. Back to Butler. The floater. Pass to Moody. 4 on the clock. Three-pointer off the mark. Portland has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career. At 7'2", Klingon is very comfortable in the paint, and he can just own that area.
Here's Curry. Butler on the wing. The kick out, Curry. They double team Curry. The steal. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. Portland shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Portland leading by 4. Now here's Avdia. Pass to Simons. Lets the 3 fly, and he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Simons has got 6 here in the quarter. Picked it.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Pass to Moody to win the drought. Portland grabs the miss. Klingon's got 4 rebounds in the game. Off the outside. Here's Klingon. Over Green. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. On the break. Moody from outside. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Green's got 3 assists in the game.
As team first as anyone in this league, Green is always looking to ditch.
And it's Simons missing.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Now here's Curry. He's got 18. The 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Off the outside. Pass to Klingon. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Warriors. Remember when people were questioning whether the Warriors were truly a dynasty, RJ?
I do, and that was erased for good with that championship run in 2022. I still think that that is Steph's most important championship. That title cemented them as one of the all-time great teams of the last 50 years.
A line change here for Portland. And here they come. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Moses Moody. That's his first foul of the game. Knox, he's checked in for Moody.
Second team foul. Substitution.
Out left to the wing.
Number 31.
The 3 from Ayton. Warriors with the rebound. Pass to Heel. For the tie. Here's Knox. For the lead. It's rebounded by Grant. And so Grant will bring it up for the Trailblazers. 2-point game. The drive by Henderson. 27 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter here. 5 to shoot. Here's Sharp. Outside for Henderson. Pass to Benton. Fires for 3. Kept alive. Henderson outside. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Henderson's got 7 points in the game.
Those mid-range looks will be there for him. Nice work to capitalize.
Anthony Simons has been... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for Golden State to start the 4th. Buddy Hield is out there with Brandon Pajemski. Then there's Jonathan Kuminga, and it's Knox in at the 3, the small forward. Outside Kuminga. Stolen by Ayton. And here's Grant from the arc. Rebounded by Hield. Warriors trail by 4. Here's Knox. And a miss there on the triple.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
They have found a lot of success in transition, running at every opportunity and getting points before the defense can get set.
Another big factor for them has been their ability to get points off of turnovers. The easiest offense is created by good defense.
The Warriors shooting just 35% from the floor. Pass to post. Here's Knox. Beyond the arc. Sinks the tray.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Now here's Grant. The 3. Rebounded by Knox. The Warriors trailing. And just about a minute and a half gone by in the 4th. To take the lead, and he takes it up and lays it in. Knox has got 5 points now this quarter. Neither team able to take a hold of this game.
Yeah, it's been a tight one. Numerous lead changes, very competitive.
Has to Ben. And there's a pick. And here's Grant from the arc. Nails it from 3. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
A line change here for Portland. Simons against Curry. Moody from outside. Thibault with the board. The Trailblazers have gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the 4th. To the wing, right side. For 3, Klingon. And again, it's Portland with a 3.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
Here's Curry. Butler up top. Takes the 3. Portland with a rebound. Avdia's got 4 rebounds now. Third minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Avdia, screen on Curry. Simons passes to Avdia. Curry with a steal. Here's Jackson Davis. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got 5 rebounds tonight. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
1:52 left in the 4th. Thibault, a screen on Butler. And out of bounds. The Warriors will take it.
Golden State ball.
Warriors trail by 5. Outside, Green. Pass to Moody. 4-3. And that one's good. And Green with the assist.
Such a slept-on attribute of his. Draymond can handle the rock.
Over to the left wing. Kamari, that's good. Kamari's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
And that three-pointer is big. Cancels out the triple at the other end and helps stretch out their lead.
He gets it in there.
And Steph relishes taking key shots. It's what he's out there to do.
Simons with it. Now guarded by Butler. Pass to Thibault. 1:06 left in the 4th quarter. 6 to shoot. Kamari. And he sinks it. 58 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Curry against Simons. Here's Butler. The kick out. Curry. Cash. What a beautiful shot. Brings it within 3.
When it is crunch time and you've got Stephen Wardell Curry, the game plan is simple. Get him the ball.
Now here's Avdia. Pass to Kamari. Now Thibault. Moody defends. Here's Klingon. Here's the pick. Fader on the way. Warriors with the rebound.
And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
That's their only option. They have to get a good look from deep here.
And there's the foul. It's on Anthony Simons. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
7 seconds left in the final quarter. Moody misses. From deep. Misses. So it's the Trailblazers taking the W in a close one. That was an incredible night of hoops.
front court break.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Here's the starting group for Houston. We've got Thompson. Green is out there with Brooks. Then it's Alperen Şengün. And it's Eason in at the small forward. Here's Kamare. 6 to shoot. Pass to Thibault. Here's Kamare. Şengün covering. Great defense that time from Şengün. Back to Brooks. Houston moving it around. And the 3 off target. Let's check in with our reporter, David. Whoa! I can't believe that.
I just saw.
Oh, my.
Unreal.
Now, here's Green. Out to Thompson. Trying to find Şengün. He gets it to him. Count that bucket.
This speaks to how assertive Şengün can be. Love when he makes quick decisions like that there.
And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
And it's Green slamming it down.
Once he takes flight, Green can make some incredible moves in the air.
And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Green. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Stolen by Brooks.
How about the reaction time on that pass? Quick. And what good work there to get in the way of it.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. No good from outside. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Oh, what a jam! Simons!
And that's rocking the rim. Give him 2 points and tack on some for style.
Oh, he deserves them. He deserves all the points he can get there. Sensation.
I call that an executive summary statement.
Brooks outside. Pass to Green. Yes, that goes in. Green's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Showing off his inside game, which will complement Green's game on the outside. It'll force defenders to have to guard him in different places on the floor.
Thompson left side. Here's Eason. Stolen by Avdia. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. And the slam dunk by Simon.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Now, here's Thibault. And it's Simons off the drive.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Here's Eason driving to the basket and answered back with the dunk of his own. Outside, Simons. And it's Thibault in the corner. Simons against Eason. Clock at 4. Simons, the pass to Avdia. Here's Kamare. Drills it from outside.
And how about the awareness by Klingon, a big man who can sense when one of his teammates is open.
Pass to Şengün. In the corner, it's Eason. Brooks outside. Fades away. The Rockets again can't hit. Trailblazers leading by 4. Avdia. Now here's Thibault. Brooks covering. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And Thompson throws it down.
Yeah, he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
And there's the call on Matisse Thybulle. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Eason. What a performance from Anthony Simons. He has been the story for the Trailblazers. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Trailblazers.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
The guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Grant steps in at 4 with Ayton, the big man, in the middle. And it's Benton in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever, able to do things most others can't.
The latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the Blazers are in the midst of a rebuild. Coach Chauncey Billups said it's been a tough couple of years. I'm just here every day grinding through it, helping my guys the best I can. I'm ready for that challenge and that pressure to go out and compete with these best teams. In the NBA, Kevin, this sort of thing takes time.
A lot of time, but the West is tough, David. Thank you. Tate finds Smith. Off target with his 3. Trailblazers leading by 3. Benton, the pass to Henderson. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Adams.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Shepard, the pass to Tate. Houston moving the ball around. Smith, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And then Sharp with the dunk.
And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
Smith on the wing. Nailed from three-point land. Smith's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Rockets. Now, here's Sharp. Whitmore defending the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Sharp's got the lead back up to 5 now for the Trailblazers. Great Kentucky native Reed Shepard followed in his dad's footsteps. In-state local for his college years.
How cool was that? His dad winning 2 national championships for the Bluegrass State, was named the MVP of the '98 college tournament, and he even had a brief stint in the NBA. Reed, the 3rd overall pick of the 2024 draft, blazing his own trail.
For 3, Smith. And it's Portland with the rebound. It's Henderson on the wing. Rebound by Smith.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
2 minutes.
And a wide open look for Whitmore. Good on the three-point shot.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Trailblazers leading by 4. Grant for 3. The shot missing. Houston's gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. And it's Shepard missing. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Jacks up a 3. Grant, that's good. Grant's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Tate the pass to Shepard. 1:14 left in the second quarter. Smith outside. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3. Jeremy Grant picks one up. The Rockets shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And something that's already interesting interesting about Jabari Smith is his versatility, scoring from beyond the arc or at the mid-range. He can get points a number of ways.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Grant outside. And stolen by Whitmore. Oh, and here comes Smith all alone. And Smith with the stuff.
And you see how fast Smith leaks out. He loves running in the open floor.
Shoots a fader. And the Trailblazers another three.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Shepard the pass to Tate. Smith on the wing. Takes a three. Portland grabs the miss. Ayton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And that one is stuffed right through.
We've heard the stories about Sharp and how impressive his vertical is. Now we see it on full display.
Pass to Whitmore. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the call will be against Jabari Smith. That's his first foul.
An occasional over-the-back call is fine with him. That's just how he plays and how he attacks the glass.
Yeah, you know what? They say you would always rather have a player that you need to turn down than to turn on. So being aggressive versus passive, I want the aggressive guy all the time, even if it means a few fouls.
Here's Sharp. No good on the last second attempt there. And that does it for the first half of play. Portland out in front, up 7. From Portland. We're back in a moment.
25.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Nice game. Great performance by Jabari Smith.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
So on the floor for Houston, Green is out there with Brooks. Then there's Amen Thompson. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Şengün in at center. Pass to Reith. Eason grabs the board.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Here's Reith. They get the rebound.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great position.
It's trailed by 9, and there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
And Simons wide open. He'll fire. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Clark, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches. And we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway. But we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19, and he's paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starring role. Coach Chauncey Billups says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA, and confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, he certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, D.A. Thank you so much.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
The drive by Green. Eason down low. And he drives in. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Simons with the ball. Now Green defending. And the call will be against Anthony Simons. That is his first foul of the game. Rockets trail by 10. And Thompson kicks to Brooks. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Brooks has got himself on the board with 3 there.
He doesn't take a lot of time to make up his mind. Brooks always thinking ahead, and he's in position before the pass is made.
Avdia on the wing. He's covered by Thompson. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Simon's on the wing. Spins. Pass to Thibault. There's the pick. Back to Simons. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the drive. Here's Reed. Outside, Avdia. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Houston ball.
Rockets trail by 7. Pass to Şengün. Back to Thompson. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Brooks misses. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Well, Clark, we hear a lot about the antics with Brooks, but he deserves more attention for his play.
I agree, especially on the defensive end, Kevin. He's one of the top perimeter defenders in the league, and some of what his antics are flowing out of is his competitive spirit. I still think he needs to tamp down the antics because that does take away from what he does, which is lock guys up and play with great competitive spirit all the time.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Houston with a big group substitution here. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Jabari Smith comes in for Thompson. Tate, he's checked in for Tari Eason. And it's Whitmore in for Dylan Brooks. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Houston. 1:10 left in the third quarter. Knocks it loose. And Adams kicks to VanVleet. Smith for 3. That falls. Great assist by VanVleet. Smith's got 14.
Attacking relentlessly. Always fun to see a young player like Smith just go off.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Henderson outside. Pass to Sharp. Back to Henderson. Inside. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
It's stolen by Adams. VanVleet outside for the lead. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. And it's Houston's ball. They're on a 12-3 run right now. The offensive rebound. Adams sets the pick for Whitmore. Just 5 to shoot. That's a 2 from Smith. Back to Whitmore for 3. That shot missing. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Trailblazers lead by 2. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. The guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Grant is out there with Klingon. And it's Banton in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. VanVleet against Sharp. And there's a whistle. It goes on Shaedon Sharp. That's his first foul. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court.
Portland on defense. They've led by as many as 11 points. Eason finds Şengün. And here is Green. Clock at 6. There's the three. Portland grabs the miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Avdia can't hit.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
So they take the lead. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And also, guys, they pushed the ball and been able to score in transition, trying to take advantage of playing in the open floor as often as possible.
Thompson outside. Pass to Eason. A three. A rebound by Grant. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And Simons has it in the corner. Drills the three-pointer. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
He's so clutch. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
Brooks outside. To the middle. Deflects the pass. They kick it out to Green. Thompson inside. Outside, Green. Pass to Brooks. Grant against Eason. Fires the three. Avdia with the rebound. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Simons with the ball. Guarded by Green. Lets it go with the three. And another three for Portland.
Really hard to count how many of their possessions have ended just like that with one of his shots falling.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to end the possession, though, and it's the reason this game is coming down to the wire. I mean, his touch from outside, from the field in general, has been superb.
And that one misses.
Looking for a one-word descriptor for Jalen Green? The best one I come up with is exciting. The way he runs the floor and gives every play his all. This guy is just fun to watch.
And this young guy is already imposing his will on the game. Sharp, someone you can count on in the moment.
Brooks with the bucket.
Well, Brooks is always working hard for this team, and here it pays off with a huge basket.
Pass to Kamare. Avdia against Şengün. Avdia can't hit. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. A 2-point game. Şengün finds Eason. Şengün with the screen for Eason. Avdia with the rebound.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Rockets have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, or of 9.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over-anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
He had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
I agree. I mean, you would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
Scoot Henderson's checked in for the Trailblazers. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Smith is checked in, and Thompson throws it down.
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Third personal foul. Second team.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Now the Rockets with it. Here's Eason. No good from three-point territory. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
2 shots.
And he does get the second one. And that gives them a 4-point cushion. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Eason gets a wide open look. Good! And that shot brings them to within just one. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
They didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Yeah, those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
And with this much time, they should be able to draw up a play and get themselves a decent look from the three-point line. Still, the D is going to be waiting for it in a contested three. Never an easy shot.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean...
safe to say they don't particularly like each other.
And I think fans really gravitate towards that sort of dislike. It just puts an extra added ingredient of intensity on a game like this. So for the fan bases, this one's big.
Now the starting group for the Houston Rockets. Thompson out there with Alperon Şengün. Then it's Dylan Brooks. Then it's Green. And it's Eason in at the 3. Now here's Curry. Just 3 to shoot. Fires the 3. He drops it from range.
Yeah, how about Steph Curry with the bailout there? Masterful at creating just enough space in that situation.
Here's Green. Rebounded by Green. Here's Looney. Offline with a 3.
Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those. Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding and rising up off the ground.
Well, Grant, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that. Oh, Amen Thompson, incredible verticality.
Brooks against Curry. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. He can't get that one to fall. Here's Thompson. And rejected.
Looney's starting to play a little bit angry right now, and that's helping this defense be more aggressive.
Brooks outside. The rebound by Moody. The Warriors have gone 1 for 3 so far. Curry passes to Green. Takes the 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
Now, Draymond Green imposing his will and now making threes. This spells trouble with a capital T.
Tries the spin move. Green. And there's the call on Jalen Green. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Golden State has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. And there's the call on Jalen Green. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Here's Curry. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Well, he can score from the perimeter, but Steph also knows how to execute inside.
Eason, a screen on Curry. Outside Eason. The 3. And that comes off the assist by Green.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for the Warriors. Moody on the wing. The 3 ball. It's rebounded by Houston. Thompson with it. Now guarded by Moody. Eason with room. Hands it from the wing. Eason's got 5 now.
Already an intelligent playmaker, Thompson moves the ball well for a rookie.
Green with a screen on Brooks. Curry's shot is off. Houston in the lead. Well, Brent, it's been a blessing to watch Stephen Curry in real time. But he's the kind of player, his highlights will stand the test of time for years.
The best shooter that's ever played the game. Yes, it's been a real treat, BA, to watch all of that happen. But I give credit to Steph. The early part of his career, shaky with the injuries, confidence never wavered. And then all of a sudden, behind these magical hands, the game had changed.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Warriors play a unique style predicated on passing and cutting off the ball. Stephen Curry said the main goal is to just force the defense to make as many decisions as he can. So with all that ball movement and body movement, they're going to mess up at some point. Brian?
Well, it helps having a weapon like Stephen Curry. Thanks, Allie. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Well, the defender was all over Kevon Looney, and he got physical right back. That's a nice play.
One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots, so that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons.
And it's Green missing.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Gets the 3 ball to go.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Curry, a screen on Green. On the wing, Curry. Lets it go from deep. He buries it from 3. Curry's got 8.
I mean, he's like a magician how quickly he gets that shot off. Was it ever there?
Outside Eason. Over Moody. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. Stephen Curry getting it done for Golden State. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And from what we've seen here from the Warriors, what's your take so far?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Tate and Smith at the forward spots. Whitmore is out there with Fred VanVleet, and it's Adams in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
That's the type of move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself. Sure does. Here's Whitmore outside. The rebound by Post. The Warriors leading. Here's Kuminga. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It goes on Fred VanVleet.
Woo! VA, that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good. Now here's VanVleet. Three-pointer. Houston with another miss. The Warriors lead by 5. They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
He's off on that one. Houston has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. No stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity in a 3-point play. It's going to be on Jonathan Kuminga, and he'll be shooting his first free throw. The free throw is off for Smith. Well, you hear team execs say all the time, you're either selling wins or you're selling hope. How true is that, bro?
Well, if you're an executive BA, just be right about whatever it is that you're selling. And you got to be realistic. I mean, fans are smart. They understand where your team is. Are you a playoff competitor? Are you young and growing? So that's hope. If you're going deep into the playoff run, you want the wins.
Here's Payton. Off the mark there with a 3. Rockets trail by 6. Payton with a steal. From deep 3-point land. It's rebounded by Houston. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And Tate gets it to go.
A wonderful awareness from the big man as Steven Adams finds the open man.
Oh, there's a killer 2-hand slam.
And you can't leave the basket unprotected. Bad things will happen to you.
Yeah, that was just way too easy.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
You know, not too many teams have the stability at head coach as the Warriors have had, Brent.
Well, I'm not sure there's ever been a more perfect fit for a team than Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It has been a magical run in the Bay Area, and you just look at the type of connectivity he has with his players, and again, how much joy these Warriors play with.
Now here's VanVleet. No points so far. Here's Whitmore outside. The Warriors pull it in. Post has got 5 rebounds in the game. Pass to Payton. This one for 3. Nails it from 3. Payton's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, Field right there on the yield, waiting for someone to get open.
Smith outside. From the arc. And it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Oh, the fans are going wild for that one. A highlight reel moment indeed.
Smith outside. The three-pointer off the mark.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Tate grabs the board. Rockets trail by 4. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
Oh, you can trust Steven Adams to finish strong.
Here's Payton. There's the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Payton's got 9.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
Outside Tate. Fires for 3. The rebound by Post. Post has got 6 rebounds in the game. Hield from outside. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Yeah, watching Hield shoot is quite astonishing. He does a great job of establishing his feet as a foundation for his three-point shot.
Now here's Tate. Van Vliet, the pass to Smith. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Payton with it, guarded by Smith. From downtown. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. Rockets trail by 7. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Smith finds Tate. Back to Smith. Ooh, it's stolen away. Here's Payton. And the shot's good. Payton's got 11 points in the quarter.
Confidence in a game sometimes just doesn't come from scoring the ball. You can make plays like Knox did there.
And it's Whitmore missing. It'll count. No luck on that one. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. More 2K action in just a moment. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Well, without question, Gary Payton II displaying his skills today.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Down low, it's Draymond and Looney. Stephen Curry is out there with Moody, and it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
And this is big for Thompson's confidence. He needs to keep hitting from downtown.
And here's Curry for 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. Rockets trail by 6. Stephen Curry is still playing, but the debates have already started about where he ranks among the all-time greats, Brent.
Oh, BA, it's a matter of opinion, but if your opinion is that he shouldn't be up there, shame on you. At 6'2", this guy is pound for pound, maybe the best player that's ever suited up in this league.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not. Looney. Oh, look at Looney at the rim.
Man, Looney is so long, gets up there and crushes it.
Brooks outside. Outside for Green. Şengün, the open look. Looney grabs a miss. Looney's got his 6th rebound on the night. And a deep 3 from Curry. Offensive rebound. On the wing, Green. Green with a screen on Brooks. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a deep 3 from Curry. Thompson pulls it in.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Şengün, no good. The Warriors lead by 5. Looney inside, working on Green. Green finds Butler. Back to Green. Takes a three. And Butler the bucket on the assist by Green. Butler's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. The ball's knocked loose. Curry from deep three-point land. That won't go either for Curry.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Looney with the ball. And it's Şengün picking him up. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Thompson.
Getting out! Wow, what a play! Woo. That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Looney passes to Green. Outside Curry. Tries again. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Oh, Moody deadly from there.
Yeah, I know you want to focus on the shooting, Steph, but man, he's going to make plays too.
Here's Şengün, and the call will be against Alperen Şengün. That's his first foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
And the Warriors going with a whole new group out there. Houston making some changes. The Warriors lead by 9, and the call will be against Fred VanVleet. That's foul number 2 for him. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Payton against VanVleet. Outside Hield. Here's the three. Sinks it from distance. Hield's got 6.
And you love how Hield is always ready with his feet set. Once the ball hits his hands, it's off.
For 3, Smith. Rebounded by Hield. And the Warriors with possession. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Pass to Payton. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. Rockets trail by 12. And here we go. The Rockets in transition. And they cash it in right away with a quick shot. And the Warriors shooting a low 29% since halftime. Here's Knox. Three-pointer off the mark. The Rockets have gone 4 of 9 in the third quarter. Three-pointer. And Whitmore with the 3. Whitmore's got his second basket.
They found strong offensive footing in the open court.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing.
VanVleet, the pass to Tatum. Here's Whitmore. The 3 is up. It's not going to go for him. And Hield puts up a deep 3. Unable to get that one. And so it's the Golden State Warriors closing out the quarter with a 7. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. So the Rockets 5 now. Tate and Smith at the forward spots. Cam Whitmore out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Adams in at the 5. Launches a 3. Payton's shot is good. And the Warriors lead by 10.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
You know, Grant and VanVleet, they've got a guy who's been through everything in this league.
Yeah, B.A. VanVleet's seen it all. He's won a championship. He's been in the All-Star game. He's been on a last-place team. No wonder nothing seems to faze him.
And it's a completely new group here for the Warriors.
And the big X factor VanVleet brings to the team is leadership. He's very talented at setting a good tone out on the floor and organizing his guys. Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now here's Smith. Pass to Tate. Back to Whitmore. Shot clock at 6. launches it from deep. The Warriors pull it in. Looney's got 9 rebounds now. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And it's a completely new group for the Rockets.
It just doesn't matter. Once Steph crosses half court, he's in range.
He was all alone on that one. Şengün's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth. Outside Curry. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Houston.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
On the wing, Green.
I mean, so much glue in this guy as Draymond focuses on making all the winning plays that he possibly can.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Warriors.
Their hot shooting from long distance has been the key. Spacing the floor and rising up with that confidence.
You want to talk about ball distribution. They've been dominating that aspect of the game. I think there's a bunch of bankers out there. They're dropping dime after dime.
Here's Green. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Green. And here's Thompson for 3. Looney grabs a miss. The Warriors lead by 14. Here's Green. Tipped away, and they get it back. They set a pick. Here's Curry. Outside for Green. Green with the ball. Green picks him up. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Kept alive by Houston. Brooks outside. Left side Eason. 6 to shoot. Goes back up. Drives to the hoop. And the shot goes in. The Warriors have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the fourth. Thompson, that's good.
A confident shot from Amen. I mean, when he trusts his J, Thompson is that much more difficult to check.
And out of bounds. Houston will have it. There's a minute 59 left in the fourth. Rockets trail by 9. And that's a foul. Called on Stephen Curry. That's his first foul of the game. We've got 1:55 left in the final quarter.
He's been tremendous at corralling misses all night long.
Yeah, it's almost like he's got a magnet on that ball here tonight. He's in the right spot all the time.
From deep. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Key, he's checked in for the Warriors.
Your Warriors, number 12, Braxton.
And Brooks has got the ball here for the Rockets. They trail by 9. The 3 from Thompson. Houston with another miss. Golden State has gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth. Here's Key. The kick out. Curry. Curry takes it in. Yep, that one's good. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's a clever attack from Curry, just finding an angle. He gets around the defender towards the basket.
The Rockets again can't hit.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Barring a miracle comeback, this one is wrapped up. They were able to control the tempo and flow of the game, and it will end in a victory for the Warriors.
I think it was their play in the paint that got them the win tonight.
And the defense seemed powerless to stop them down low, resulting in plenty of high percentage shots for them.
Just 5 to shoot. Curry gets the bucket.
You can feel the excitement in this arena. These guys have done one heck of a job.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Knocked away. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Green. And Houston scoring again. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now Curry. Green with a screen on Brooks. And a deep three from Curry. Misses the deep three-point attempt. Thompson goes in. And so it's the Warriors taking care of business in this one. All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks, for Allie LaForge.
Green, more offense.
Well, that's usually the best way to attack, especially against good defenses. Ball movement moves the defense, and when you've got the defense on the move, that's when you can break them down and get high percentage shots. It takes patience. It takes unselfishness.
It seems to be the most efficient way, doesn't it?
It does, especially against really good defenses.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Denny Avdia and Fernie Simons out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Klingon, and it's Kamare in at the small forward position. Simons with the ball, and Curry picks him up defensively, drains it from beyond the arc.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open. And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
In his first 3 seasons in the NBA, Stan, Anthony Simons only started 5 games. Now he is out there a lot and getting starts.
Well, look, Kevin, he played under Damian Lillard. Not a bad role model for Anthony Simons. Another 6'3" guard with explosive scoring capability.
Now here's Curry, and stolen by Simons. Knocked away. And here we go. It's Butler. Curry against Avdia. Curry passes to Moody. From deep. Another 3 for Golden State.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Thybulle for 3. Pass to Klingon. Clock at 6. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And what a setup for Klingon, who just has to reach up to throw down that lob.
Curry outside. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. That's a 2 from Simons. The Warriors pull it in.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Curry outside. And Klingon pulls it down.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
That is a great finish!
Oh, my.
And how about the awareness by Klingon, a big man who can sense when one of his teammates is open.
Well, they're passing to Moody. Back to Butler. Outside Curry. There's the screen. 4 on the shot clock. Again, Curry missing.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to 3-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Here's Klingon. It's stolen by Green. Now the Warriors moving it up. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. They grab their own miss. 3-pointer. And it's Portland with the rebound. Klingon's got his 6th rebound on the night. Will stand after 11 seasons with this Blazer organization. Damian Lillard traded away in 2023. What a run he had for Portland.
Incredible, Kevin. Not only in terms of his scoring and his individual honors, but the success he brought to the team. While they didn't get over the top and get to the finals, they were a consistent winner. If you were a fan in Portland, you had a good team to come and watch for all of those years.
Oh, nice pass by Butler. He can be tricky to defend because he can take the shot or give it up just as easily.
Over in the corner, Avdia. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Now here's Curry. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
Now Thibault, after the missed three from Stephen Curry. Just 3 to shoot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Golden State basketball.
Knocks it loose. Simons from outside. Oh, my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to...
What a performance from Anthony Simons. He has been the story for the Portland Trail Blazers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Blazers.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And so far, just a great job forcing turnovers and creating opportunities in the open floor. The defense at the heart of that.
On the court for the Trailblazers, the guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Then there's Grant, and it's Reith in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Portland's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. We've seen some flashes, Coach, from Shaedon Sharp in his career. He can get hot in a hurry.
Well, look, Kevin, he is a great athlete, and when his shot starts to fall consistently, he can be electric. Right now, he's putting it together little by little. He's just got to continue to improve.
That gives them the lead. Hield's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And never shying away from a three. Hield has supreme confidence in his shot.
Pass to Reith. Portland moving the ball around. Hield against Sharp. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Golden State's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that
one. Here's Banton. Nothing on the board. Kicks it out to Grant. The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. Good, and Grant gets the assist.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
They get it again. Pass to post. Here's Santos. From the arc. Outside, Kuminga. Goes up with it again. And he hits the jump shot. And the Warriors lead by 3.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
For 3, Henderson. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Warriors have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. No good from Payton. Portland's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. Dan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
We certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier. But I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer.
Second team foul.
1:57 left here in the second. Shot's good by Banton. Banton's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. The Warriors have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Back to Payton. They kick out to Heel. Here's Santos. No good on the triple. Portland trailing here. To the paint. Kicks it out to Grant. Lets it go with a 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Heel from outside. Some solid defense from Grant. The Trailblazers have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. It's Henderson on the wing. Bangs home the trifecta. Henderson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Such a confident young man. Scoot just goes for it.
Post misses the shot. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Here's Reith. Off target from outside. The Warriors shooting with 42% accuracy in the second quarter. Three-pointer, Heel. No good on the shot.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
And then Sharp with the dunk.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Payton.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
No good that time.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
They kick out to Heel. Floats it up for Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. One of the stories here, Anthony Simons getting it done today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Up front, it's Green at the 4 with Jackson Davis at the 5. Moses Moody is out there with Curry, and it's Butler in at the small 4. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Golden State Warriors. It's a one-point game. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Curry's got 6.
Honestly, guys, Curry is the best three-point shooter I've ever seen.
Dan, you know, you think about Jimmy Butler, and you and I are fans of his game. Talk about a guy who calls it like he sees it, though. My goodness.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Look, Jimmy's never going to hold back. He'll call out his teammates. He'll call out opponents. He'll call out the referees. This guy acts with no fear.
Just don't call out the broadcasters, right? We want to stay out of his range.
And he would have no reason to.
Exactly. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, last season, Draymond Green got his three-pointer going again. He said, over the years, my shot took a dive. It was in large part because I couldn't get in and out of my hips. They were messed up. It was getting my movement patterns right. Kevin, my hips haven't been the same in years, but Draymond's are good. And now they've made him tough to deal with. Back to you.
Your hips are pretty good, David. I've always said your hip. Floor spacing, always critical. Good point, D.A. Pass to Klingon. Outside, Simons. Driving the lane. Oh, what a jam! Simons!
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the wing on the left. Here's Moody. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Trailblazers trail by 6. Pass to Simon. Ripped away. Butler from outside. And it's Portland with the rebound. Klingen's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Knocked loose. Curry with the steal. Puts up a deep 3. The Warriors keep it going. A new 14-second shot clock. And the basket is good.
Well, his rebounding is such a boost for this team, especially when it comes on the offensive end.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Outside, Avdia. The offensive rebound. The kick out to Simons. Lets it go from deep. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
That's a fantastic feed right there. Kicking it out for the good look. Plays like this really help team chemistry.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Simons from outside. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And he's just living out beyond the arc right now. What a weapon to have on the floor.
Well, he's firing away with confidence from downtown. The defense better adjust to this, and fast.
There's the pick. 5 on the clock. Here's Curry with the 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Curry's got 9.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Pass to Kamare. From downtown. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Simons. Now Avdia. 27 seconds left to play in the third. Nice move. Count it. Good.
And this is where Klingen looks to score. The closer he is to the rim, the more aggressive he becomes.
Warriors leading by 5. Curry is inside. Jackson Davis finds Moody. That's tipped. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Grant steps in at 4 with Ayton, the big man, in the middle. The guard pair are Henderson and Sharp, and it's Banton in at the 3 spot. Kuminga, they kick out to Heel. No good from outside. Trailblazers trail by 5. They get a hand on it. It's taken away by Payton. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Payton. The Warriors shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Kuminga the pass to Santos. Banked in off the glass. And the Warriors lead by 7.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Here's Sharp. No good on the 3. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Heel way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Heel's got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors. Here's Sharp into the lane, and then Sharp with the dunk.
And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
Heel kicks to Payton, and stolen by Sharp. Finished off the break.
Now that could be a major moment in this game. Just when we thought this contest might be over, a steal, a fast break, and it's hold everything time.
Santos, the pass to Payton. They swipe it. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Sharp finds Henderson. Here's Ayton. And again, it's Portland converted.
Just great awareness there from Ayton. Understands the game plan and reads the game so well.
Here's Payton. And he banks in the layup. Payton's got 4 points this quarter.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
Payton against Henderson. Pass to Banton. Sharp with it. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Kuminga's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Payton passes to Kuminga. Here's Santos. The three. Henderson pulls it in. Trailblazers trail by 6. And Sharp has it in the corner. And then Henderson with the dunk.
Oh, great hustle by Henderson. His hops really help him on the offensive glass.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. They've led by as much as 10. And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. The three ball from Curry.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Warriors leading by 4. To the left wing. To the inside. Here's Moody. Back to Jackson Davis. And Thibault sends it back. Simon's on the wing. Guarded by Kirk. Grant on the wing. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And this team counts on Grant in those big moments. And you can see why he's getting the results.
And here's Green outside. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. Kamare misses.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
Tipped away. Simons finds Avdia. Grant gets a wide open look. It's good. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Fearless. Curry takes on the challenge and gets that big basket to fall.
Pass to Kamare to tie it up. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
You know, and after fighting to get back into it, that was the chance there to tie it up.
Yeah, that could be deflating. They have to lock back in.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Fires for 3. He can't get that one. Pass to Thibault. Jacks up a 3. No good. So we see the Warriors get the win here. It was David. Thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.